What's going on, everybody? So last year in December of 2018, we released a video showing you two different video shots from two different vantage points of a pyramid-shaped UFO hovering and rotating on its axis above the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. A lot of people enjoyed the video. A lot of people thought it looked very real to them. And then somebody said to me that an artist was claiming that he's the one who did it, that he projected his artwork above the Pentagon somehow, and he's not taking interviews, he's not looking to answer questions about it, but he's the one who did it.
Are you serious?
And that seemed very fishy to me because it seems like it's a national security issue if you're projecting a craft that looks so threatening above the Pentagon.
Those are aliens coming down here, y'all. They just standing there. Officers, do something about that. What the Y'all not gonna do nothing.
I don't think they'd just let you go and say, oh, well, you're not taking interviews, no problem.
No.
Then somebody sent me a video link on Twitter of a UN video that was filmed and supposed secret, where they're actually talking in a meeting with stadium seating. You see this big podium with the emblem of the UN on it, talking about this very event that happened in Washington, D.C., December 2018. It looked like a very legit video to me, and I was very happy to see it. And so I actually created a whole video talking about it. I wasn't sure if it was a hoax or not, but I was like, you know what? This is something that I have to put out. And so I put this whole video together for you guys, and when I finally finished editing it and it was ready to go out, I found a video that was debunking the video I just made.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And so I was like, I just can't put this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you that UN video and then show you why it's not authentic. And before we get into that, I actually want to show you the videos that I found of this pyramid-shaped UFO hovering over the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. I actually found a third video I'll show you. And before we get to the UN video, we're also going to show you the very same craft that was hovering and rotating on its axis in the capital of Russia. That's right. This very same thing, at least it looks very similar, happened in Russia years ago. So check it out.
What's that ship? This alien spaceship, I tell you. Yes, I'm here. Sorry, but just because I was talking.
This is a fucking alien invasion.
You see it? Where is it? Give me the camera.
What is this? I mean, what the fuck is that?
Turn left. Left. Have you lost it? Look back! Look back!
I got you, baby. I see it.
Turn right! Turn right! Turn right! You see it? Where is it? Can it be like an ancient god? You know, the stupid little things. Slow down, man. Slow down. What? It's gone. I don't see it. Man, do you see it? I've heard something on the news, something about Russia, military.
No, it's not Russia. It's Pentagon.
I seen it already, man. It was a new stealth bomber. It was announced in the news. You know.
No, man. Turn on the radio. They should tell us something. Turn on the radio.
And has been circled by a UFO. Well, that's if you believe a video which has soared to the top of YouTube's Russian website. The pictures apparently shot from a passing car have become an online sensation. Another YouTube clip filmed during daylight shows a fuzzy grey object on the skyline near Red Square. Skeptics, however, say that if the images were real, the public would have reported sightings to police, who are currently making no comment.
The Sun reported Friday a large, unidentified flying object hovering over Moscow's Kremlin. According to The Sun, witnesses said the pyramid-shaped object could be as big as a mile wide. And while Russian reports have ruled out UFO speculation, The Sun says the police have refused to comment and aerospace experts are stumped. This is Lauren McCaffrey for NYPost.com.
Okay, today we have a special guest coming on. We have Alex. Alex, how are you?
I'm fine. Hi.
Great. So you actually go by a YouTube channel name called Alex Dude. Is that something that you created before the incident we're about to talk about?
No, I created it right after I saw that thing because, this is Pentagon. I'm living in America only for 2 years, and I was afraid that I was doing something illegal. So I recorded that thing and made the channel.
Yeah, I totally understand what your hesitations were. Trust me, I deal with some sketchy stuff myself, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to talk about this or post this. I don't know if it's going to get me in trouble or what. So what we're talking to you about is you were one of the people who saw and filmed the pyramid-shaped UFO hovering over the Pentagon back in December 2018. And actually, your video was the very first one I saw. And, when it comes to these kind of things online, especially as somebody like me who deals with this kind of stuff on a regular basis, you got to be careful about posting things and saying, wow, this is amazing, because if it's fake, a lot of people jump on you and they say, oh, this is a fake, you're stupid, that, and the other. So my first thing I did was I looked around online to see if I could find any other similar videos. And sure enough, I found one of a guy driving down a highway and with him and his buddies. I'm sure you've seen it by now. And they filmed the same event. And then I found another one just the other day. And this one was posted. I'm not sure if it was, maybe it was yours, but because just judging by your accent, I'm assuming you're Russian, right?
No, Czechoslovakia, Prague.
Czechoslovakia. Okay. So the one that I saw on YouTube was in Russian, and it was the same exact event. And I found it very fascinating. So there's a lot of people who have seen what you saw and about to talk about, and they're filming it from different vantage points. So if you wouldn't mind, would you just share with us where you were when this happened and what did you see?
Okay, was December 18th, dark time, and I'm photographer, amateur, not professional, and I was doing my little photo project at the Arlington Cemetery. I hope you know where it is. It's a famous place, and I was there illegally because it's closes. It's at 5 o'clock, so I stayed there. And that's another reason why I could not say a real name, and so it's Alex Dude. So I would be evidencing against myself that I was there at 10 o'clock, which is illegal.
Sure.
Well, I've been there with my wife because, it's kind of spooky to stay at the cemetery at 10 o'clock. So I was there making my project, and then I saw something from afar. It was kind of black thing over the Pentagon, like a stain. I didn't understand what was the form of this thing. I asked, while I was doing my things, I asked my wife to take a shot on her iPhone, but she could not. She said that her phone could not catch the picture. It's just black skies and nothing there. So I've tried my camera, Nikon, and with maxed out ISO, maybe someone knows what is this. It showed up kind of pyramid-shaped object. So I shot it, but my wife was extremely afraid that we are doing something illegal. They are testing something, and we are seeing something we should not see. So we ran away. Well, basically, that's all.
Okay.
How it happened.
So you're with your wife in the Arlington Cemetery. You see this thing in the sky. Your wife is petrified. Were you scared, or were you more curious?
Scared.
Yeah.
Absolutely scared, because it was a huge thing, and I didn't know what is this. I know that there are stealth bombers, like a triangle also. And I thought maybe this is kind of new triangle stealth bomber, and I should not see it. It was dark times. So yes, I was afraid, not curious at all.
How big would you say this thing was? I mean, it looks very big in the film.
I counted the windows on the Pentagon. I mean, how much windows? It was like 8 windows, and I think it's kind of 100 meters one side, you know.
So this is substantially large.
Yes, very large, but it was barely visible, even, and it was visible better with my camera than with my eyes. With my camera, it looks like it's always visible. With my eyes, it was blinking. Not fast, but going in and out of visibility.
I got you. So before you saw this, what was your thoughts and opinions on UFOs and things like that? Did you pay any mind to it?
Well, in general, I don't believe in UFOs, and I have my reasons. If you want to hear them.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I would love to hear your reasons.
Okay. Mankind exists for 50,000 years only, while universe exists for millions and millions and millions of hundreds of millions. And it's very egoistic to think that 2 life forms would exist simultaneously in this kind of time. Some kind of UFO could exist million years before, and we were not there yet. We live for too short. It's impossible that another life form exists at the same time. That's what I think about it. But yes, I think it's possible, another life form.
So I'm assuming by what you just said, what you saw then, you're probably assuming it's government or some kind?
Yes, I'm sure about that. I think in a couple of years, they will show it on some kind of warfare, somewhere in Syria or something like that. They will show it.
I got you. Are you aware that this, at least a very similar looking pyramid appeared in Russia in Moscow?
No, another interviewer did say that, but I didn't check it yet.
I'll send you a video of what I've seen and stuff. It's pretty similar. In fact, I'd say it's almost identical to what you filmed. And this was a few years ago, I think, back in Russia, in Moscow, which is, the headquarters of Russia. And same thing with the United States here. I mean, DC is the headquarters. And so the fact that the very similar experience happened in 2 different state or country capitals, I find very interesting, very fascinating.
Yes, I'm curious how it could be happening, because Russia and the US are enemies. They cannot test the same weapon, if it is a weapon. It's
right.
Impossible.
Unless there's something nefarious going on that we just don't know about, that they're not letting us know.
Well, yes, that's for sure. I would love to know what is going on.
Now, let me ask you one more question here. The next day, I believe it was the next day, the Defense Secretary General Mad Dog Mattis, he resigns from his position. Did you hear about that, and did you ever think maybe it had something to do with this event that you filmed?
Oh Christ! Yes, I know. This is a prime minister, I think, but I think it's coincidence. But you say, and it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence.
Well, I mean, because he's in charge of our defense, or yes. He was, and obviously the Pentagon is the hub for that. And yes. For this to happen right over the Pentagon, I just found it very coincidental that the timeline lined up the way it did.
Yes, I agree. It is very interesting coincidence. It may be not a coincidence.
Maybe not. Who knows? But I'll tell you what, Alex, I do appreciate you coming on here and sharing what you saw and letting people hear from you, because I've talked about your video and the other videos on the show a couple of times now. And it's really cool to have you on just to share what you saw firsthand. I really do appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you for contacting me.
Absolutely. Take care, sir. All right. Well, thank you very much, Alex, for coming on the show. Do appreciate that, my friend. Now we're going to look at the supposed UN cover-up of the pyramid-shaped UFO over the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. This video you're about to see is the actual video clip that people were saying was authentic. I even fell for it until I saw somebody else debunk it. So why don't you watch this and then we'll get into the debunking. Okay, now that you got a chance to watch the actual hoax video, I lined up both videos, the original and the hoax, right next to each other so you can see how identical these videos are. The angles and the people are all the same. Now I want you to pay attention here to the lady in the pink sitting down here. I want you to pay attention to the gentleman that escorts the speakers. And I also want you to pay attention to the lady bringing paperwork up to the podium. Every movement they do is exactly the same in each video. Now you might say, well, how do you know which video is the real one and how do you know which one's the fake one? Well, the one that I'm saying is real and so are other people actually has other video angles of that person giving the speech there in that hall. The hoax does not. So there's one thing, and the other thing is the real speaker is a real person. You can identify him. I'm not even pronouncing his name right, so I'm not even going to attempt it. It's spelled E-R-D-O-G-A-N. Now, he is giving a speech at the UN on September 25th, 2018. That is documented. This person on the left that's in the hoax video, there's no documentation of who she is other than the fact that some people have identified her as an actress. So, take a look at these comparisons. All right, well, those were the comparison videos. Hopefully you see what I see, which is the one on the left is a hoax. The one on the right is the original real deal. Both these videos are identical outside of the person actually speaking. And the guy on the right is an identifiable person who actually exists, who actually spoke at the UN on September 25th, 2018. Therefore, the one on the left is a hoax. And if you want further proof, here are some videos of the guy on the right speaking from different angles. Until next time, friends, take care, stay safe, and remember, the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. Bye.